Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to take off your case back from your watch case. Now there's different types of watches and they'll have different types of case backs. For divers, they will most likely have a screw back case back. And what that means is the case back actually screws into the case. That's to ensure that there's a watertight seal. There's actually a gasket in between the case back and the case, so it makes sure that water doesn't get in there. Other types of case backs like this G-Shock are simple screws. You just unscrew it, very easy, and you screw it back on. And the other most common case back is snap-on case backs. They just snap onto the back of the case. So for watches with case backs that are attached with screws, it's very self-intuitive. You would just have to unscrew the screws to get that case back off. However, for screw-on case backs and snap-on case backs, they're just a little bit more trickier. What I would recommend first you do is take off your watch strap so you have a good access to the back of your case back. I actually have a video on how to replace your watch band or take it off. You can see that video by clicking on the gray box right here. So let's take off the bracelet and get on to the actual removal. So both of these watches have their bracelets removed. I will be showing you first how to remove the snap-on case back. So most case backs that are snap-on have an opening in between the case back and the actual case. And if you look close enough on this vintage piece here, there's actually a little bit sticking out of the case back. And what that part is for you to get a tool in there and actually be able to pry off this case back. What you need is a case back remover tool. This is just a dull knife. It's not sharp enough to damage your case. However, it is thin enough to get in between your actual case back and your actual watch. Something optional that I recommend is, especially for vintage pieces, there can be a lot of dirt and grime in between the case and the case back after building up for years. And once you have that case back off, you don't want that getting into the movement. So get like a brush or something I found that's really useful and it's around every household. Just get a toothbrush. It's very soft. It won't scratch your watch. Just give it a quick, scrub around to get that grime off. Another option that I really recommend, especially if you don't want to risk damaging your watch, is get some electrical tape or duct tape, whatever works for you, and wrap your watch around the part where you're actually going to be doing the lifting. What this does is it protects the back of your watch to prevent scratches like this from happening in case you do slip. This watch is a scrap watch. I don't really care about it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how to remove it. So you get your tool here, get in between that dent and the case, like that, and what you want to do is push down. And once it's in there, all you have to do is give a small pry up. And it should come right off like that. To get it back on, you just snap it back on. It's very easy once you have the tool. Now you don't have to use this particular tool. You can get any pry tool that's relatively thin enough to get in between the case back and the case. So for watches with screw-on case backs, it's a little bit more involved. You need a little bit more of a special tool to get these case backs off. Here I have two of the tools that you can possibly have to remove the case back. This one is a 3-point case back remover wrench, and this is a 2.1. I recommend you getting one with 3 points of contact with the case back. More contact with the case back means you have more points to put on force. Now the 2-point tool works just as fine, just that you don't have as many points of contact, so you might have to put in a lot more force. With these tools, usually they come with a variety of bits for you to choose from. They fit different types of case backs. You have some that are smaller, some that are bigger, some that are flat. There's a lot. But for most cases, these round tipped ones work just fine. Now this tool is also optional. However, I do strongly recommend you invest in one if you are taking your case backs off frequently. This is a case holder. Its purpose is for you to clamp down your case onto this tool, for you to have a little bit more of something to grab onto as you're twisting off the case back. Now it's very unnecessary if your case back does come off easily. But if you have a case back that's screwed on really tightly, like most of these Seikos, it really makes a difference for you to have this tool, so you have something more to grip onto when you're actually twisting off the case back. How these work are very simple. Usually they have these pegs here. You fit them according to size. This SKX usually takes the biggest size, and what you would do is you fit the case onto the tool and then you would screw it tightly. What I like about these is that these are plastic, so they won't scratch your case back or your case, and it just fits on like that. Once your watch is mounted onto the case holder, something optional that I also like to do is get some electrical duct tape, whatever you want, and tape around the portions where your tool isn't going to be connecting to your case back. What this allows again is to protect your case back from scratches in case a slippage does occur. My case back isn't on too tightly, so I won't be needing this. However, for cases where you're just unsure or you're just a little bit scared of slipping for a really tightly sealed case back, please do use this. It will make a difference. You'll be glad if you have this on and a slip does occur. So how these tools work is there is points of adjustment on each of these points here. So the handle usually adjusts the bottom. Screwing it tighter can bring it up. Looser will bring it down. The other point of adjustment will be in between here, where one side brings them together closer, the other side separates them apart. And what you would do is you just fit it to the case back. Now the case back will have these little indents in here for your tool to fit into. What I like to do first is to actually get these two top ones into the case back first, and once they're in, you can adjust the size to make sure it's tight. Then once it's on, I would adjust the bottom one to make sure that it fits. So once the tool is tightly on the case back, all that's left is for you to simply twist it off counterclockwise, and it should rotate off just like that. Now once it's loose, you really don't need the tool anymore. I would actually recommend that you take the tool off, because you can again still slip and run the risk of scratching your case back. So I'm just going to take this off. So once you have that initial bit of force to loosen the case back, you can just remove it with your fingers. And there we go. Your case back is off. Here we can see an NH36 movement for my SKX007. I upgraded it from the 7S26, so this watch does have hand winding and hacking capability. If you want to see that video, I do have a video posted. You can click that video right there to check it out. So to reinsert the case back, it's very simple again. You just screw it back on. So to get it started, what I like to do is I turn it counterclockwise for it to grip. And then after you do that, just twist it on with your fingers. And once you feel a little bit of resistance, what you would do is you get your case tool again. Same way, you get these 2 points in first, over here and here. Adjust it so that it's tight. Then you adjust the bottom one. And once it's on tightly, you just screw it back on. Once it's tight, loosen it up. And there we go. It's nice and tight. Get it off the case holder, and you have your case back on your case. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please make sure to smash that like button and to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more watch videos like this.